Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Paper Chase channel. This is just a little bit of a side quest video at this point. There should be a 2024 Fan Expo New Orleans coverage video on the channel, and this happened while we were there, and I thought maybe it could just use a little special attention. If you know, you know. The Angry Girlfriend variant is probably one of comics' most infamous variants that is out there. It is a true one of one. If you're not familiar with the Angry Girlfriend variant, it is a copy of Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 14, the first appearance of the Green Goblin. Now, this particular issue was completely defaced by, well, an angry girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend, rather, and after some time was circulated into the comic market, graded, and the internet did its thing, took hold, and as they say, the cream will rise. And this book was made infamous by the amount of love and intrigue and its pure one-of-one-ness that it is. So we're walking the con floor. We stopped by one of the comic vendors that's there, and he had a lot of pre-code horror stuff. So I immediately asked permission to go behind his booth and look closely at the rack of pre-code horror stuff, and I was so enamored by the love of pre-code horror, I didn't even realize what was right above my head. So our buddy Rev went back there with me, and he's looking at everything, and he's like, oh my God. He's like, did you see this? And I'm like, no. And when I saw what he had in his hand, my jaw almost hit the floor. I never thought I would see this book in real life. I've seen photos and Reddit posts and stories. So as one would, of course, I asked Mr. Dustin from Ruff Edges Comics and Collectibles if I could sit down with him and kind of give me the backstory on how he obtained the most infamous comic grail. And he said yes. So there you go. All right, we are here with Mr. Dustin from Ruff Edges Comics and Collectibles, and here in his hand, this is one of the most beautifully deconstructed comics in history, and he is going to grace us with the story of the history behind the book and how he obtained it.
So, my partner Shane Hester, a lot of people know him. He was a comic book dealer for years, and that's how we became, friends. But he purchased the book from Titan Comics in like 94, 95 at a show in Atlanta, I remember, because they used to carry it around to shows and had it sitting on the shelf, never put a price on it. And Shane's like, man, I've seen y'all carrying this around. He said, how much do you want for it? And they said, it was like $40 or $50. He said, man, I'll pay you that for it. He said, at the end of the day, it's still the first Green Goblin. And it was high grade, other than what she did to it. And short story is the guy gave this book to a girl that he had a crush on as a birthday gift. And he was in love with her. She friend zoned him. He couldn't handle it. Basically what happened, one thing led to another. He did something to her that was not so great. And she defaced his book and mailed it back to him. And that's the last that they've spoken since. And this happened she said it happened in about 87, 88, which matches up because Titan said that they bought it in around 91 or 92. So that's us piecing it together. I mean, we've slept a lot since then. Probably drank a lot too much, but
hell yes.
Either way, that's how we wound up with it. Shane had it since, he bought it from Titan. Chance, the original guy, sold it to Titan in Atlanta with his entire collection. But that's kind of what happened. And I guess just don't fall in girls that are out of your league, I guess. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, moral of the story.
Well, it's an amazing story and a very cool book. I've seen pictures of it. Never thought I would run into it. I just never expected it. So it's really, really cool. And what's it say on the back? Yeah.
Oh, I never thought I'd be able to destroy something that meant so much to me. But as far as I'm concerned, you're dead.
Wow.
And it says, "In no way am I trying to be noble or anything."
Wow. So, just all the angry girlfriends out there, if you deface a comic, you might just end up making it a little more valuable. So careful
Possibly.
how you get your revenge.
I wouldn't start with a $10,000 book though.
No, it's the story with it now. Is this your personal copy?
Yeah,
You're not going
mine.
anywhere?
No, not for sale.
It's
I bring
amazing.
it around to cons to do this and talk to you guys about it and talk to other people that, oh my God. I mean, every time I had a $50,000 offer on it a couple weeks ago. On an Instagram sale. We were just showing it off. And I was like, nah. I said, because I like owning it too much because I get to do this and I get to talk about it. And it's just it just keeps on giving. Every time that it gets put on the internet, it just becomes more famous. So, people come to see me and to see it and then see what I've had done to it.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you sharing that with us. And that's it. I saw Elijah Wood, Bruce Campbell, and this was probably the most starstruck that I was the entire con. Crazy. Thank you again to Mr. Dustin, if you end up watching this video, for giving me the time to sit down and explain to us the greatness of how you acquired this book. Hope you never sell it unless you absolutely have to. And just very cool. Give them a follow on Instagram and YouTube if you're not already. It's a great store with some great prices. They definitely deserve more business from the community. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you like content like this. Hit like on the way out, and we will see you on the next page.